Hello everybody. In today's video I would like to make a book recommendation. 2 days ago I got this book. Look at the white. It's a handbook on Islamic theology, and this is the Oxford Handbook on Islamic Theology. I've been looking at this book for a while. I've been trying to buy it for a while because it's very expensive, but finally I got it. And this is an essential book for every scholar of Islamic studies, or for anyone who at the scholarly level wants to deepen his knowledge on Islam. This book contains all the thoughts and ideas developed within Islam from all the different branches and traditions: Sunni, Shia, Sufism, the different schools, Shafi'i, Hanbali, Hanafi, Maliki, the different philosophical thoughts throughout the early period of Islam, the middle period, later thinkers. This is a book that has more than 800 pages. So this is not a book for anyone. So you have to really be into the research and study of history, and in this case Islamic history, Islamic thought, because it's a very, very concise and comprehensive book. I emphasize again, more than 800 pages. So that's why I said perhaps it's not the book for the average person, but for the scholar, for someone who is serious in his deepening his knowledge of the Islamic religion from all its branches and philosophical and ideas and theological thoughts that have developed throughout time until the present day. So if you like to read, if you like to read a lot, like me, then this book is for you. For the average person who don't like to read in the modern day, they just like to watch videos and someone else to explain things for them, they can benefit, because I will start making videos perhaps in the near future, because I want also to develop a whole series on Islamic philosophical thought. I have another book behind me, 500, 600 pages more, that I want to develop a whole series with it. But I will once in a while start bringing quotes from here also, because this is again a comprehensive book on Islamic theology. And just briefly, I will just read for you some of the themes that we find in the index of the book. It's divided in different parts and is composed by multiple scholars. Multiple and many scholars have put their input in the book, in the development of such great work. The first part is called Islamic Theologies during the formative and the early middle period. And here we have part 2, Intellectual Interactions of Islamic Theologies, 4 case studies. Part 3, Islamic Theologies during the later middle and early modern period. Part 4, Political and Social History and its impact on theology, 4 cases study. Part 5, Islamic theological thought from the end of the early modern period to the modern period. Therefore, as I mentioned, we are going. This book explores the different thoughts that we find within Islam. Explains all the history: Sunni, Shia, Ibadi. People forget about the Ibadi. We have them in Islam also. Their ideologies, all the thinking within Islam, the Ashariya, all these formative ideas that with time have shaped the ideology of the Muslim who lives in the modern world. Because the Muslim who lives in the modern world, he thinks that everything just came out of nowhere. No. Ideas were developed and explained by scholars throughout time. Some ideas were, let's say, dominant in certain countries. Others were rejected in other areas. Some ideologies simply disappear because of political reasons and the governments and caliphs that supported certain ideologies and rejected another ones. Some were dominant at certain times, and when a different ruler came into power, these thinkers, these theologians, these scholars of Islam were persecuted and disappeared from time and from history, and then other ones took their place, and this kind of philosophical and ideological and theological thought was developing for the last 1400 years until the present day, that have formed the ideological and theological thought within Islamic religion, within the Islamic thinking. And even today we cannot say that there is a whole of agreement on Islamic thought, because there are different schools in Islam. There are different sheikhs and different imams with different ideas, and people follow certain sheikhs and certain imams, and some other individuals, they follow different ones. And these sheikhs brings a fatwa, which is a legal opinion, not a law, a legal opinion. And then could be another sheikh who disagrees with this sheikh. And what we have with these are ideologies, theologies, schools of thought that people follow, and sadly sometimes this creates divisions. Oh, I think this way, you think that way, when at the end we have to look at the whole. So this is a good book for a scholar at the scholarly level, or for someone who is really very curious, like a avid reader, a great student, you can call it, and really wants to deepen his knowledge. This is the guide, the complete history and the explanation of these philosophical ideas and thoughts. And like I say, emphasize, even today in the Islamic world, we have many ideologies that still are dominant in certain countries, and in others countries they have different ideology, because the waters of the theological Islamic thought is very wide. At the end is water, people drink from it anyways. So it's beneficial according to a specific school, specific people. So at the end, it's a good book that I really recommend it, as I just got it, like I said, 2 days ago. And to read 800 pages is gonna take me some time. It's not about reading, it's about understanding, it's about deepening, it's about going over and over the pages or the thoughts, and trying to understand, trying to comprehend the different ideas. And like I said, this is a scholarly book. So we're talking about here a book who is really for someone who is pursuing this kind of knowledge at an academic, at the university level, meaning it's complicated ideas. So if you are that individual, I really recommend it, because I think it's a good book, and it's a very, very comprehensive book explaining all the different ideologies and theologies that we find in Islam today, and how these ideas have developed throughout time until our modern days. I want to thank you so much for listening to me, and if you like this book, you can get it from amazon.com. It's over $50, the book. So I really recommend it if you are pursuing Islamic studies, or you like to deepen your knowledge of Islamic history, of the Islamic religion. It's a very, very comprehensive material for study, for research. So I recommend it. Thank you so much, and we'll see each other in the next video.